What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here. Got some major news here for you guys. Will Jerome Powell, the Fed chairman, be receiving criminal charges? The Trump administration is looking to it. I'll give you the details of this. Also, a major rock star passes away here today. I'll give you the details of that here also. And you won't believe what Congress just did as they're in the hot seat. And, well, Congress does what they just did best, and I'll give you the details of that and more in this video. So let's jump right in. We are live right now here on the YouTube It's Jimmy Show. Let me know if you can see and hear me. Type yes in the chat. Let me know where you're tuning in from. You can let me know your city, state, or even your country, as we have people tuning in here from all around the globe. Don't forget to hit that like button for me here, and if you haven't yet, subscribe down below so you don't miss out on future videos. I will keep you up to date. All right, let's jump right in. Okay, first up, legendary heavy metalist Ozzy Osbourne has passed away today at the age of 76. That's right, you can see here. He had been struggling with Parkinson's disease for a while here, from Black Sabbath and more here. And he passed away today struggling with Parkinson's disease. He had recently done a festival, and he had recently done a concert, a farewell concert, actually, here recently. And yeah, so he had passed away today. A statement from his family says, "It is with more sadness than mere words can convey that we have to report that our beloved Ozzy Osbourne has passed away this morning. He is with his family and surrounded by love. We ask everyone to respect our family privacy at this time." Next up, the Trump administration is looking to lower interest rates for the American people one way or another. President Donald Trump is adamant on getting out Jerome Powell, the head of the Fed, and getting him to either resign, retire, or fire him. And now the latest details on this. Fed Chairman Jerome Powell hit with criminal referral by House GOP, which stands for Grand Old Party, and Trump ally. Trump allies have been going after the embattled Fed Reserve chief. He is now hit with a criminal referral by the House. Wow. Yeah, check this out. Representative Anna Paulina Luna, a Republican from Florida, is referring Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell to the Department of Justice for criminal charges. Wow. Accusing him of two specific instances of lying under oath. Luna is accusing Powell of perjury on two occasions, according to a letter to the Department of Justice, first obtained by Fox News Digital. It comes after conservative Trump allies continue to demand a Trump appointee himself, which, remember, Jerome Powell was actually a Trump appointee in Trump's first term. But they demand him to be fired before his term expires in mid-2026. Quote, on June 25th, 2025, Chairman Powell provided testimony under oath before the U.S. Senate Committee on Banking, Housing, and Urban Affairs regarding the renovation of Federal Reserve Eccles Building. In his statement, he made several materially false claims, Luna's letter says. Specifically, she accused him of lying about lavish amenities at the Federal Reserve Eccles buildings and misrepresenting its state of maintenance. Quote, separately in a letter to the Office of Management and Budget, Director Russell Voigt, Chairman Powell characterized the changes that escalated the cost of the project, get this, from $1.9 billion to now $2.5 billion as minor. $2.5 billion for a building renovation. I know. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comment section. It's wild. However, documents reviewed by congressional investigators indicate the scope and cost overruns of the project were neither minor in nature nor in substance. She claimed the statement that the cost increase was to simply simplify construction and to avoid further delays was false. Now, President Donald Trump and the Trump administration has recently really begun to try to find ways to get rid of Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell because if they can lower interest rates and get a new Fed chairman in there, well, lower interest rates would mean, well, saving a lot of money for a lot of Americans through lower credit card interest rates, lower mortgage interest rates through refinancing or buying new homes, lower car interest rates, lower car lease rates, lower personal rates, and lower rates for the government, because the government pays about $1 trillion per year on their debt. Take a listen to what President Donald Trump recently said here.
Maybe I should go to the Fed. Am I allowed to appoint myself, Doug? I don't know. Am I allowed to appoint myself at the Fed? I do a much better job than these people. So anyway, we should be 2 points lower. It'd be nice to be 2.5 points lower. We'd be saving $800 billion, $700 billion. That's a lot of money. Right? Take it for nothing, for absolutely nothing. We'd save $600, $700, $800 billion. We have, I think we're 38th now in interest, and we should be number one. We should be the lowest. But, and by the way, if he's worried about inflation, that's okay. I understand that. I don't think there's going to be any. So far, there hasn't. I mean, we have almost no inflation. We've done a great job.
Yeah, so let me know your thoughts here. The president wants to get rid of Jerome Powell and put a new Fed president in there, which would almost certainly lower interest rates, potentially dramatically, almost right from the beginning, as that's what they would probably lead the other Fed presidents to vote at. Some of the Fed presidents are already starting to speak out that they should lower interest rates now, but remember, it's a collective vote, and the Fed president often leads those meetings and tends to sway the way the votes go and the way the meeting goes. And if you had a new leader in there, you know, if I was leading the vote and just kind of leading, saying, yeah, I don't think we should lead. I don't think we should lower interest rates yet. You know, we should wait and see because, you know, tariffs and whatever. If that's the way I was leading the meeting, you know, that's the mood of the meeting, you know, the meeting would go one way. However, if I was in there leading the meeting and the way I was leading the meeting was, yeah, we got to lower interest rates. This is really harming Americans. We need lower interest. The government's paying $1 trillion. We got to lower. You could see how people would be thinking a different way. And they'd be like, okay, yeah, we do need to lower. It's just the tone of the meeting. So you could probably see how interest rates would probably just be lowered immediately. And we've kind of had, even here recently with the last couple Fed meetings, that we've actually had some mixed results where some of the Fed presidents are actually saying, yeah, we should lower, and some are saying we shouldn't lower. So if you actually had a new Fed president in there, which was saying, yeah, we should lower, and was really gung-ho on it, they would probably lower immediately. And President Donald Trump is saying we should lower by 2 to 3% immediately, which would be like almost half of the Fed interest rates right now. So that could lower interest rates dramatically if Trump were to do this. Now, President Donald Trump is actually, if, for example, if they were to bring criminal charges on Jerome Powell, that is one way that they could fire him for cause if he was found to be lying under oath and he had criminal charges against him, even if it's for something small. I mean, how small you determine that to be, right? Different people are going to have different opinions, right? They could potentially fire him for cause on that, okay? And a lot of people, this would affect pretty much everybody in the United States, because one way or another, interest rates affect everybody through credit card interest rates, mortgage interest rates, personal loan interest rates, car loans, car leases, and savings rates through savings and money markets and stuff like that. Those would actually come down as all the other interest rates come down. So this will actually affect pretty much everybody in the whole United States, and it will affect banks. Now, banks are pretty much one of the few people that don't want to see these interest rates come down, because they're raking in all of this money, all of these billions and billions and billions of dollars through these high interest rates. They're the ones gobbling up all this money, all this debt, right? So they want to continue to see these high interest rates because they're like, yeah, we love all this money, right? You know, credit card interest rates are still near all-time highs. So some people are paying 35% and stuff like that on credit card interest rates, which is absolutely brutal for the average everyday American. So, you know, my advice to the average person is try to pay down your credit card debt, because credit card interest rates are absolutely brutal and are just, you know, eating people alive. So I'll keep you up to date here on all of this as it goes forward. Make sure to share this video with anybody that needs to hear this, or share this video on social media. It'll help to spread the word. And don't forget to subscribe down below and click the bell icon so you get notifications when we come out with new videos. I'll keep you up to date here on everything you need to know about, and keep you with updates, and help me reach 500,000 subscribers. Click here to see my video on Trump's Social Security surprise that just came out. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you